Due to the graphic nature of its content, listener discretion is advised.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Sebastian sit down to discuss what it's like being a member of the initial cohort of Bunker Labs RDU here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Folks, if you're not already aware of Bunker Labs, they're a veteran-focused business accelerator. They help guys like us who have scalable business solutions springboard into the next evolution. And we are proud to be members of the initial cohort here in Raleigh, North Carolina, specifically in the Research Triangle Park area. I guess technically the address is Durham, huh, Juslin?
Yeah, 800 Park Offices Drive, right?
The Frontier Building, Durham.
Davy Crockett roams the hallways.
Dude, it's an awesome place. It's a great place. But there's office space up top if you want to rent as low as $300 a month. But what I love is the whole bottom floor is a communal work area. So it's really cool. You can go on the Frontier right now. I'm going to pull up their website, make sure that it's in the show description for the listeners. All the links in there. But you can go in there and you can work anytime, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And you can rent all sorts of conference rooms and stuff like that with the dry erase boards, go through, brainstorm. It's cool.
Then, you get a bunch of entrepreneurs in a room, start jiving with each other, and seeing that happen, seeing that collaboration just naturally start springing out of nothing. It's just idea after idea, and everyone's just willing to help. I mean, I really love that. I mean, that's the addiction of entrepreneurship.
Well, it should be mentioned that we're using Entredot's curriculum. Entredot is ENTREDOT. So that's Echo, November, Tango, Romeo, Echo, Delta, Oscar, Tango. And Entredot, they've got 6 steps to success. We're going through their evolutions. And it's cool. Each Bunker Labs has a unique curriculum based upon what they're doing with the veterans in their area and what it really calls for. So Entredot's curriculum is primarily focused at the Main Street style businesses, brick and mortar type stuff. But it carries its weight quite well across all the different types of industries, at least what I've seen so far.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's all applicable, and I mean, those lessons learned are legit lessons learned that we wouldn't be getting if we aren't going through that curriculum. So
right,
I do appreciate all the effort they are putting forth as well to make this something that, initial cohort, it's definitely something of value.
Yes,
and we're moving through at a rapid pace. Explain actually real quick for the listening audience what Thursdays look like as well, because that's another interesting dynamic that we have going.
Sure, yeah. Actually, let's run through the whole host, so to speak, because Bunker Labs, like what we're doing for the initial cohort, and it's a 16-week program here. Like I said, different ones have different packages, what have you. Here, Tuesdays is class, and again, that's with Entredot. Entredot's a main thread throughout this. I want to make sure that everyone knows that Bill Warner and Brad Leinhardt over at Entredot are fixtures within our classwork. And then on Thursdays, we do the Bunker Braintrust. And that's from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. 1300 to 1600 kill. And we're going to be hanging out in different locations to be determined. So if you go on bunkerlabsrdu.org, you're going to be able to see all of these events. But it's 1 to 4 on Thursdays. Most recently, we've been at the incubator called First Flight. This has been around in Research Triangle Park for a long time. First Flight's
like 50 years or something, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah, it's been 50 years, even more. They're awesome, though. They've got wet labs, all sorts of stuff. Do a lot of stuff in bio and pharma. If you're looking to do tech, check out RTP. What I like about it out here is that it's just kind of a side note. I don't see the city ever. I don't see any city ever. When I go down into the quote-unquote city, I'm driving down 401 to 540, surrounded by trees, out to RTP surrounded by trees in a building surrounded by trees. I don't hang out in the city. So that's the other thing that I really like about Research Triangle Park. Even though, yeah, there's a little bit of traffic and stuff like that, I don't have to venture into the crowds. That's not something that I want to do. I don't hang out in malls. So the other thing, too, though, that I need to mention, I absolutely have to, is Epic. And Epic it's coursework. It's open to everybody, not just veterans. Epic is for all entrepreneurs who'd like to come together and have access to a lot of the similar resources and facilities that we've got. And it's an entrepreneurial program. So if you go to Bunker Labs RDU, again, that's Bunker Labs RDU.org. So that's RDU is Romeo Delta Uniform, Bunker Labs RDU.org. And then you can click on programs on the header, or you can just go /innovators-academy. Innovators Academy is for civilians, veterans, or members of Bunker Lab overall. And you can check out, there's price points associated with it. You can throw in an application, be a member of the spring cohort, which actually launches May 4th. So we will make sure that the link to Epic makes its way in the show description. So that way you guys can sign up for it out there. And, you know, I should make mention, because we're already kind of into the broadcast a little bit here, into the recording. Hey, folks, subscribe, rate, review the podcast. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM. Share with your networks. Tell a friend. We're looking to grow the movement here. Be a part of the conversation with us. You want to get in touch with us? You want to be on Cigars and Sea Stories? Go to cigarsandseastories.com/contact us. We love hearing from people who are our supporters, our fans, folks who just think we suck. I mean, really anybody. So get in touch with us and we'll hang out and it'll be fun. But getting back on track, Bunker Labs, specifically with Epic, the course is tailored to fit the busy schedule of a professional. Okay. And the idea here is that you're pursuing an entrepreneurial endeavor and you need basically, I don't want to say adjunct training, but something just additional to your standard collegiate course or your standard entrepreneurship workshop or something like that. This goes much more in depth. So case in point, participants will experiment in a laboratory environment where their ideas and business concepts can and will be put to the test. Also engage in a 10-week curriculum that dives into helping an entrepreneur get inspired and find the true purpose behind why they're pursuing this endeavor, as well as educate them on the importance of focus, metacognitive thinking, ideation, and follow through. So basically mastermind groups, right? Getting together and actually committing to action in your tribe. Learn from seasoned mentors and advisors who have ran organizations from startups to Fortune 500 companies. Seems very intimidating. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life, because they turn back around and they're like, okay, I've made it this far. Where are the other veterpreneurs who are...
Let's extend the hand back to those that are just starting out here.
Well, and the way that I originally approached it was, fuck no, you ain't taking my mortar tube from me. I'm making it all the way through this hump on my own. No, that was stupid. Like, that's just not the right, track of thinking. You know what I mean? These guys are out there going, they're like a forward recon element who came back saying, hey, you're about to encounter this. You're about to encounter that. They are not taking your pack from you. Like I approached that in a completely different way. Well, and the last little bullet point on here, I just want to read it off for our listeners. You have the ability to connect with the resources, the tools, and the network needed to be successful in a chaotic world of entrepreneurship. And that hits it right there. Connect with the resources, tools, and network. Resources first. Tools second. Network is going to help you get out there and do what you want to do. All right? Needed to be successful in a chaotic entrepreneurship world. So, I mean, I personally am keen on this because I enjoy the operational tempo, the op mentality. I like that other people are out to help us, I don't think help is correct. They're adjacent units.
Right.
It's help the way that you would help me kill a fucking terrorist. How's that? That's what it's like. To go fuck up a need or a problem. You know, to go address an opportunity out in the market. That's the way that they help.
Exactly.
They don't help. By the way, and you can call me crass all you want, there's enough veteran charities for homeless veterans. And people who are trying to pull themselves off the street. There's enough of those. I could throw a handful of pennies at a goddamn group of people, and I bet 20 of them and raise their hand saying that they run a nonprofit for homeless veterans. How about those of us who are ambitious? How about those of us who want venture capitalist backing in order to create enterprises that stomp and crush businesses like Walmart? I mean, nothing is better in this world than entrenched success. And we have got a shit ton of entrenched success sitting out there waiting for us to disrupt their markets. Help us. Help us go disrupt the big bad wolf. I mean, that's what it's all about, man, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the side of the coin that's so much less spoken about. Going along with the whole goal of things, I mean, we're at a place as a nation where people really need to wake up. You know, there's opportunity out there, taking down some of these legacy economies, not by force, but just by doing it better, doing it in a different way, a new way that we now have the capability to do because of technology and because of sheer ingenuity. And there's no lack of help. There's no lack of, you know, others willing to brainstorm with you, willing to, you know, put down time, put down effort, put rounds down rage, so to speak, like you were talking about, to where it's entirely possible. So it's just a matter of getting up and starting to do.
Right. And if you folks out there want to be a part of the conversation, tweet to us. We're on Twitter at Cigars and Sea, right? On Twitter at Cigars and Sea. You can find us on Instagram at Cigars and Sea. If you don't already follow us on Facebook, please check us out on Facebook. We've got a LinkedIn page. I mean, we're on Rally Point all of the time. If you'd like to connect on Rally Point, if you guys don't already know what Rally Point is, it's a military only social media. And you got to put in a DD-214 and all of this other stuff in order to get into it. But it's worth it. In my opinion, it's worth it. I go on Rally Point every once in a while, not just to talk to our listeners, which is awesome, by the way, but because I want to see what's going on with some of my old units.
Right.
I want to know what's happening with 3.7. I want to know that. I have an obligation, for whatever reason, to know what's happening with 3.7. I just do. It's not because necessarily I want to be downrange with them, but because it's, I mean, dude, that's our unit.
Right.
I mean, that's our fucking unit. Like, that's it. You know, it pretty much just kind of stops there. But if you want to have a conversation with us on Twitter, I mean, at Michael J. Penny, you know, if you just want to tweet at me, at Michael J. Penny, that's Michael J. Penney, Penney, Michael J. Penny. You know, get into the conversation. We want to talk to you about this stuff. If you're a veteranpreneur who's looking around for a bunker, check out bunkerlabs.org. It's the brick and mortar extension of whatever you learned in any other entrepreneurship course. You know, and you're going to hear me sling, I love EBV. Entrepreneurship Bootcamp for Veterans changed my life. You people are awesome. All right. I consider you family. Chris Danbeck, Dan Spangler, Jared Lyon, who's there, James Schmeling, Christina Caparelli. We've got, I mean, like everybody. Katie Oja. Oh my God. I'm starting to list people off. Allison, I even love you. You know what I mean? And so all of these wonderful people who come together in order to support us, and the vast majority of them are not veterans who I just listed off. They want to see us succeed because they're passionate in this endeavor. So what I like about Bunker Labs is that it's basically a brick and mortar extension of what I learned at the Institute of Veteran Military and Families. That's where I met Tim. That's where I met Bennett. So,
well, there's connections to be made, you know, in any one of these places where veterans are coming together. And like Mike's saying, you know, there's no shortage of that adjacent unit, you know, coming to aid. But here's the crux of it. We still all have to find whatever it is that we want to do and start doing. So it's not just as easy as, okay, well, I'm just going to be an entrepreneur now. Well, find find that passion. So how would you suggest to do that, Mike?
What, finding the actual passion itself? Yeah, I mean, it's all questioning of why. I mean, that's the essence of it. You're leaving service and evolving out of uniform into veteran. I basically call it veteranhood. I'm not a civilian. I was a civilian before I went to boot camp. Then I became a Marine. I am a Marine still to this day. However, I no longer serve in uniform. Therefore, I am now a Marine veteran. It's just that simple. So civilian, Marine, veteran. Whoop-de-doo.
Right.
And so now in evolving into the next mission, what do you mean? I'm a Marine veteran. I fought in 2 wars. Well, you might want to give me a big fucking challenge then, because I ain't doing something mediocre. So I put my sights on the reason why. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to start your own business, that's great, but you got to find a problem opportunity statement. And that might be something that you saw in the military, where you're like, shit, man, that's a huge problem. I got to address that. And you want to become a military contractor? Go for it. I got a bunch of connections I can at least send you around to get some thought on. I'm not saying that you're going to make billions of dollars overnight, but it pays to have somebody mentor you and, fill you in on some of that intel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you're leaving service right now, that's fine. That's totally cool. Figure out the problem or the opportunity. The problem that you're going to address or the opportunity that you're going to snatch. And then from there, you write a 5-paragraph order on what you want to do. You literally plan your life the way that you would a mission, and then you go out and get it. And I'm a little biased, but if you're going to go into entrepreneurship, why don't you just correlate what you learned in the military with what you're trying to learn on the outside and use the 5-paragraph business plan? So, 5-paragraph business plan takes that 5-paragraph order process and just sandwiches it together with the nuts and bolts of great business plan. I literally took the 5-paragraph order and the nuts and bolts of great business plans, which came from the Institute of Veteran Military and Families, and put the two together into a template. And it's free on cigarsandseastories.com/5-paragraph business plan. So if you got a problem or an opportunity, in my opinion, an enemy, right? The problem's the enemy.
Yep.
I was sick and tired of being isolated, anxiety-ridden, depressed, angered, and feeling guilty about not being downrange anymore. And I missed hanging out with other jarheads, smoking and joking, and just cock back chilling like we're back on the fucking block, saying whatever the hell we want. That's why I wanted to do Cigars and Sea Stories. And it turned out a couple of other jars wanted to be members of it. You know what I mean? So, same thing with bloodstripes.com. Marines need professional mentorship portals to go to. First Sergeant's telling you that it's crazy. You're never going to find a job on the outside. I'm sorry, First Sergeant. How long have you been in uniform? 25 years? Then how the hell would you know what it's like being on the outside? You've been in uniform the entire time, right?
Exactly.
So, if you want some advice from veterans who are now on the outside, check out bloodstripes.com. Marine Corps mentorship portal. But again, though, we saw the need. We want to address the need. Now, you have the option as active duty reserve. If you're a Marine veteran and you want to write for Blood Stripes, get in touch with us. So, now I want to talk to the audience also about Juslin over here was working in a different background and then comes out to Raleigh to pursue entrepreneurship. Is this anything like what you originally thought it was going to be a year ago?
It's a hell of a lot more work than I anticipated. If you're looking for that op tempo that the Marine Corps gave you, well, look no further, because stepping out on your own will definitely be all that and more. And the beauty part of it is when you wake up and it's your endeavor, it's your basically survival instinct. I go and do, or I will die. It's that simple. So, that's the key takeaway that I've gotten thus far. I mean, you can make a difference every day. You can take steps, you can move forward, you can grow, you can learn. Even if it isn't a direct day where a life-changing thing is going to happen or a huge milestone is going to be set, there's always something. There's always some need you can address or some internal thing, external thing, whatever it is, So,
yeah.
But that's the beauty of it. It's never boring. There's never a lack of need. So it's just a matter of filling it.
I love how you're like, it's never boring. Like, my brain is going back to fucking going on patrol. You know what I mean? I'm just like, well, patrol was never boring, but it was kind of terrifying at some points. I mean, it was a hell of a lot of fun when we knew where those bastards were, but until you knew where they were, you're just kind of like, you know, your asshole's puckered the whole time. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like walking around like, is this thing gonna work? And then you get past proof of concept, and you're like, wow. Like, you guys are actually subscribing to this thing on iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. You're actually giving us ratings and reviews and, like, awesome feedback. You people are cool.
Cigars and Sea Stories is proud to support and sling Counter-Strike coffee. Counter-Strike coffee, I want you to know, is meant to be drink black. Now, I myself love coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. I went away from black coffee for a little while. Needed the cream and sugar when I was rocking it with the generic blend. Counter-Strike coffee brought me back into the fold in a huge way. They do a great dark roast. I'm a big fan of napalm. That's my fave. Smooth operator is good, though. It can go with cakes and pies, and I got a bit of a sweet tooth. I know a couple of us do, you know. And then also Firewatch. I mean, Firewatch, that's going to be the kick in the ass that you need in order to get your day going the right way. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already done so, check out counterstrikecoffee.com. Use promo code Cigars and Sea. You will get 10% off. Again, that's counterstrikecoffee.com. Use promo code Cigars and Sea to get yourself 10% off.
And we do certainly appreciate that more than you guys know, because that's our direct link. That's how we can make this thing more functional. That's how we can make this thing a better product, so to speak. I mean, we're not selling wares. We're selling essentially this message. And it's the combination of free conversation among veterans that you have to be filtered in what you're saying. You know, that coupled with a little bit of motivation from, hey, get out there and join us. Let's do this nation proud again, you know?
Yeah. Well, and you just hit something right there. Join us. Like, look at our affiliates. Veteranslist.us, Counter-Strike Coffee. Right? And First Data is doing veteran-only plans. So, I mean, our affiliates and our sponsors are other veteran-led business owners. I mean, listeners, you can go back right now into our library of episodes. Just click on post, start scrolling through, right? Or you can click on the episode section on the website and start scrolling through. Look up Will Amos. Or even, we did one recently with Rick Yost, which will be coming out here. But those two gentlemen, Rick Yost and Will Amos, are the founders of veteranslist.us. And you can go on there. It's like Angie's List. You can go on there. You can search all sorts of veteran-led businesses. They have an events page on there. Let's fill it up. You got a veteran event? Go post it on veteranslist.us right now. 130,000 plus businesses are already on there. Go and post your veteran event on veteranslist.us. Get it seen by other veteran business leaders. It's that simple. Counter-Strike Coffee, FMF Doc, Brandon Buttrey. Got an episode, 2 episodes with him. Because he was on before, and then we started talking. I'll give you guys the full inside scoop, because I talk to Doc probably every other day, and he's a great dude. Buttrey, we originally wanted to get him on because Bennett had tried his coffee and said, dude, this is bomb. Man, this is fucking awesome. We got to have this guy on here. And so we brought him on, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, and I think it was agreed across the team. You know, you give us samples, and if your coffee doesn't suck, you know, we'll think about it. Right? I mean, I think that's how we phrased it. I mean, I think that's honestly a quote, verbatim. Like, if your coffee doesn't suck, we'll think about doing it. Well, I tried all 3 flavors and loved it, and then got feedback from you guys, right? And this is just kind of the story of how the deal works. And then now you have a discount code. 10% off.
There it is. You guys are getting an inside scoop on this. This is how veterans start working together. And this is how a relationship is made. Is that mutual feedback? You know, we're not going to bullshit him. Just like we're expecting that when you guys comment, rate, review, whatnot, you guys aren't going to bullshit us. Because if we want him to succeed, we need to be like, yo, brother, this part of what you're doing sucks. Just like we need for us. Hey, you guys come off as arrogant assholes, or you guys are fucking way too moto on this shit. Get back to Sea Stories, or whatever you guys need, you know?
Remember when I did a fucking Periscope? Oh my God. I did a Periscope where, it turns out when you do a Periscope and there's 4 people on a podcast, it's just Mike chuckling to himself in an office, right? I mean, that's all that it boils down to, like some jackass.
It almost felt dirty.
Right. It was voyeuristic in nature. I love it. I think it was Dean who wrote the comment.
Don't do that again.
Right. He's like, yeah, don't do that again.
That was unnecessary. That was complete bullshit.
Yeah.
You need to not do that.
Right. That's the best part about it.
You know, we adjusted course from there. We have not. Until we get it so that you can hear all the conversation. If that's the case, then it's just, voyeur on one person, but the whole conversation's going, so.
Well, and it helps. I mean, we're doing this for a living. It's not just podcasting, but we're growing out of there. I myself am going into the speaker realm as an empowerment speaker. We're doing other things with Marine Corps mentorship. There will be books that are coming out. We're going to continue on with that. So, I mean, we're looking to grow this overall. If we're just out there doing dumb shit like Periscopes of Mike laughing to himself in an office every week, I mean, that's...
While it is funny, it's not practical.
I don't think that it is. It's like, I'm rocking sweats. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing going on here. It's a dude with an unkempt beard. I know. It's unkempt at this moment. Yeah, man. Well, and so, folks, if you're out there right now, go ahead, share this episode, share all of our episodes with your network, please. We are looking to grow. We want to come together, talk with one another, share sea stories, BS in a relaxed, just hangout environment. That's probably the coolest thing that's come along with being a member of the Bunker cohort as well, is the classroom stuff is great. I think that we are doing business in one form or another with every one of the other veteran-led businesses at Bunker Labs RDU. I think that happened within the first week of being there.
Right.
But where I'm going with this is we, meaning the other veteran-led business owners, talk outside of Bunker Labs all the time. Like Nick Bradfield at Divvy Investments.
Good guy.
By the way, folks, check out Divvy Investments. It's a great idea. You can sign up. It's cool. It's based upon your propensity to invest in your risk and all of this other stuff. And
dude's going to make it big time. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be exciting to see.
Here's the easiest way that I like putting it for our listeners. Somebody else is not fucking with your money. That is your money. There is advice tied to it, and he bases it on indexed accounts instead of somebody giving you advice. Not saying all financial advisors are bad, but he's not a financial advisor. Matter of fact, if you are a financial advisor and want to use his service to give a better, more credible report on the markets, check out Divvy Investments. That's DIVVY Investments. But Nick Bradfield, fellow Marine, fellow 03.
Yet.
Yo, we were out at 510 Tavern on Glenwood Ave in Raleigh when, I got announced to TEDx. He was the one who shot the video. You can hear his ass in the background like, hoorah! I love it. Dude, and I'll tell you what, man. It's awesome having a group of people. It doesn't matter if we even do business together. They're great people. I want to be a part of it. I want to go hang out with them.
Yes.
They're ambitious veterans. Calling all ambitious veterans. If you're another ambitious veteran who, like my goal, I want to have a hand in creating I want to help. I want to assist. I want to support. I want to be an adjacent unit in helping to create 400 veteran billionaires across America. 400 billionaires. Billionaires with a B. 400 of you veterans. I want to help. I want to assist. I want to be your adjacent unit in becoming billionaires. That's literally my goal. right? That's why I'm going the empowerment speaker, the education, all of these things, right? And everybody's invited. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about. So if you're an ambitious veteran and you want to be a part of this, come be a part of this. You know, by the way, it should make mention, Tim and Bennett could not make this call due to the time of day. But here's the other reason why we want to have just Juslin and I. We're the ones who are directly going to the bunker, but Juslin and I are here in the area. Bennett being up in Delaware, Tim being out closer to Camp Lejeune, and us here in RTP. Again, Juslin being the director, me being the producer on the show, it makes sense why we're going to this. You know, so if you have two team members that might be near a bunker, you see what I'm saying? I mean, like, you can collectively grab a network. Because here's the other thing, too, and I'm going to flat out call Bunker out on this one. We need to put a Denver Bunker Labs in the Golden Triangle, especially for our boy Jay Knight out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, because he wants to be a member of the Bunker cohort, and he's in Denver, and he's finding other veterans who want to be a member of the Bunker cohort in Denver, and it's not up yet. So I'm going to see whether or not there's intel going into that.
Maybe there's an opportunity there for one of our listeners, for one of us, for anybody that really... Look, there's a need. You can see it. It's clear. Clear as day.
There it is.
There is the need.
Who's picking up the torch as Executive Director, Bunker Labs, Denver? Who's it going to be? Maybe it's already in the works. I don't know. I mean, it's not like we're intimate within the organization. We're members of the bunker. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We don't have the inside scoop on the leadership. I'll tell you what's cool, though. I love the fact that each bunker is ran as an individual franchise, essentially, because they have freedom of movement. So this is cool, too. Like, we need sponsorship dollars for Bunker Labs RDU. We need sponsors, you know, and a lot of sponsors are looking at us going, well, you're going to be bringing in, like, venture capitalist money and stuff. It's like, yeah. Yes, we have veteran business owners who are founders of companies and want to spin that company into a larger enterprise and be able to bring tens of thousands of jobs, especially to veterans, fellow veterans that are out there. But yeah, that's why we want a kick-ass facility where we can bring in potentially other veteran venture capitalists. Hello. I mean, how great would that be? Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a Marine veteran of Vietnam. I'm an angel investor, and I want to invest in your company now. It's like, oh, really? Who'd you serve with? Like Ralph Markwood? Remember Ralph? Dude, I about leapt out of my skin. Ralph Markwood, you are an awesome human being, and thank you. Thank you for your service in Vietnam. It is because of you that I breathe fresh air. Awesome individual. We were chit-chatting one day, and I was like, well, who are you with, brother? And he's like, Marine Corps. Yeah, I'm a Marine. Oh, really? No shit. What unit? And he's like, 3-7. 3-7 Weapons Company in Vietnam. I fucking lost it. I'm like, no way! 3-7, no shit. Like, right? Remember that? We were at the bar.
Oh, I shook his hand like 5 times.
Love you, Ralph. You're an awesome dude. You're a motivating motherfucker. Let me tell you what. We're having Ralph on Cigars and Sea Stories. He already flat out told me he was going to come on here and talk shit. I'm just
Perfect.
Like, yes.
Let's do this. Can you go over the bunker links, and not to mention our links and our affiliate links real quick?
Yes. Okay, so if you want to find Bunker Labs for the overall organization, that is bunkerlabs.org. bunkerlabs.org. By the way, on bunkerlabs.org, scroll down a little ways. There's a map that pops up, and it's got all the different locations. All right, so it's right on the home page. Just scroll down a little ways. That map pops up, and all the statistics pop up. If you want to find Bunker Labs RDU, it's just bunkerlabsrdu.org. Bunker Labs RDU, we're going through the classes. That's with Entradot. Bunker Labs has got, let me see here. I'm looking through their program section because they've got Entrepreneur in Resident. Then they have Epic Entrepreneurial Program. And then they have Bunker in a Box. And Bunker in a Box, we didn't even go through. So Bunker in a Box is a digital version. For those of you who don't have access to a brick and mortar location, go to Bunker in a Box. Go to bunkerlabs.org and you will see Bunker in a Box on there. I've talked through the EPIC program. Check that out. Again, that's on bunkerlabsrdu.org. You can check out the EPIC program. A lot of very cool stuff happening there. And then if you want to be an entrepreneur in residence, you can come and check it out over at bunkerlabsrdu.org. Entradot.org is where we're getting our course curriculum. Again, that's Echo November, Tango Romeo, Echo Delta Oscar Tango.org. You can see their little video up on there, connecting the dots, and they've got their 6 steps to success, which is proprietary material. 49% of veterans after World War II started businesses. 6% of veterans today start businesses. 25% of active duty want to start a business. Businesses in Bunker Labs, right? Just in Chicago, their home unit is 19. They have 19 businesses out of that one location. One business could have 500 employees, in the next couple of years. That's what we're trying to do with Bunker Labs. Right now, there's 5 employees in one of these 19. Imagine having 19 businesses coming out of Chicago alone with 500 employees, or your location with 500 plus employees. How many jobs that brings to your community? So 19 businesses might be 19 founders of businesses that came together. It's growing like crazy, and we invite you to the party.
Yeah, boy.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, what else? LinkedIn. Tweet us at Cigars and Sea. I'm finding out that you guys want. I didn't know how to use Twitter. I'm learning all this shit as I go. Help me. Help me. Yeah, that's the other thing. We need your help. I kind of know what I'm doing. I do my homework and stuff like that. It's just, if you guys have any ideas on what we can do to improve or how we can make stuff better overall, just shoot us a comment or tweet us at Cigars and Sea. Tweet me at Michael J. Penny. Yeah. You got anything else, Jess?
No, just have at it, guys.
Oh, and keep being fucking awesome, because you people rock. Our listeners are awesome. So share with your networks, please.
I'd specifically like to ask, just target one person in your friends list. I mean, I know there's somebody that that wants to be an entrepreneur or is looking to take those steps. Just share with that one person, and that person knows 3 other people. So we would really appreciate that. That way it's more for them, more for us, more for everybody. It's just letting them know they're not alone. There's other people just like them that are in the space, that are peddling their wares daily, so to speak. So yeah, we're all here. We're all itching to find a way to help or a way to support any other endeavor.
Hell yes. Well said, my man. And on that note, cue the music.